Hi everyone, and welcome to this exciting final project for your 200 RYT yoga teacher training with Yoga Tree. We are so excited that you have been able to get to this point with all of your hard work and experiences. We are presenting some learning objectives for you to understand how important this project is. We want to make sure that you have practice obtaining clients. Successful employment is measured in attendance. That's how you're going to get and keep classes. So we want to give you an opportunity to practice getting people to show up for your class. We also want to give you practice developing classes. The best classes are designed in response to students that are present. So we'll give you some opportunities to work with more students. We also want to give you a chance to gain experience teaching. There are very common challenges the first few classes that you teach. And we want to give you smooth sailing when you get hired by getting the kinks out before you get your first job. We just want to make sure that you know there are a couple prerequisites for the final project. You want to make sure that you finish all of your homework for the course and also attended all of the hours before you start apprentice teaching. All right, 6 classes, 5 to 10 students, endless opportunities. Let's get into the meat of this. Practicing developing a class. You want to make sure that you review the days and times in your manual that we suggest are the easiest to get good attendance and are successful. And choose a day and time that works for you and most everyone else for 8 consecutive weeks, depending on how long you want your series to be. You've got to turn in 6 classes with at least 5 participants per class. So if you pad a couple classes, that just helps in case there are any kind of contingencies come up. All right, find a location for your class and start to fill out a rental agreement for those 8 weeks or 10 weeks or 6 weeks that you're going to journal. And make sure that you have an online option as well as an in-person option for your class. All right, to practice getting clients, very, very important. Make sure that you're posting on social media and networking to get interest in your class. Go back in person to everyone who said, oh, you're doing a yoga teacher training, it's so exciting. And you want to sign up 10 participants for those 8 weeks that you've planned. So you need to be planning a couple months out. And when somebody says they're interested, you want to collect their money for the whole series right then and get them committed. This is a great time to do that. All right, you want to make sure that you enroll at least 10 participants. That way you'll get 5 people. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really normal to have about 50% attendance. And attendance drops off as the series goes on because commitments get challenged for people who have signed up. So as those people drop off, you want to make sure that you are bringing in new students. Make sure that you are charging enough that your students value the class. That's one of the things that's going to help them when the time of the class shows up. They could just stay home, right? Cook dinner, not exercise. You want them to have paid enough that they feel like they would miss something if they didn't show up, including it, even if that's just $10, right? All right, be consistent in collecting the payments up front. Explain the attendance policy, which is if you miss a class, you just miss a class. There aren't going to be makeups for these courses. So we want to make sure that you as a teacher are getting paid and rent is getting paid for the space that you're going to use. As students show up in the middle of the course, make sure you're still signing up people as the course is going on. You can prorate those students. All right, getting experience teaching. Record your classes with some kind of video device. And I've got on the left here where you should position the camera. The gray mat is you, so the camera's behind you and is capturing your back and your 5 participants. Also, you might have a recording for the online portion. You want to review your own videos and practice documenting your progress. So go through the rubric of what you're looking for in class and capture your thoughts in a journal. Then you're going to revise that same class based on what you think would do better. So you're going to have a class design sheet for the class, not one for every week. You're going to have the same one and you're going to improve on that one class design for the series. All right, communicate with your classmates and with us. You're going to submit or post on on our platform a class design sheet, how you've tweaked it for the week. You're going to journal for each class with your thoughts. Be sure to include your name, the date and location of the course, how many participants have paid, and how many have showed up. And then you're going to do an analysis with the rent cost and how much you've gotten in net revenue after paying for rent and any other supplies that you've purchased for the class. In your 2 paragraphs of your journal, you're going to say what went well and what you were working on, if there are any challenges. And then you're also going to post 5, at least, feedback forms, 1 feedback form for every participant in your class. And they're going to be 5 questions. Pick 4 questions that are easy, something like, was the class clear? Were you able to focus on alignment? And you're going to do those yes to no, 1 through 5. Highly agree, disagree. So they can just circle a number. The last one, the 5th question, is going to be a fill in the blank comment. Any other comments? That's where you normally really learn something about your teaching, and you're going to address any feedback in your journal for that class. All right, you're going to pick one of those videos that you like the best and complete a rubric. This is the final project, right? All of the other classes are preparing you for the final project. The one you like the best, you fill out the rubric in blue. So here's an example here. You can pause the video if you want to read it. And you're going to put on there the timestamps, when your section started, when the section ended, what postures you used in the portion, and then a little comment about each checklist item that we have. All right. Common questions that I get. The biggest one is, how much should I charge? Anywhere from $10 to $20, enough that your population will feel like it's a significant amount of money. How much should you pay for rent? About half that, right? So if you found a rental place and it's $100 for the hour, you want to make sure that you're getting $200. That means you need to sign up 10 people at $20 a person for each class, right? So if you're teaching 6 classes, it'll be $120 for that series. If you're teaching 8, it'll be $160. All right, what if I don't get 5 people? You need to make sure that you sign up 10 people ahead of time before the class even starts. If the class is supposed to start next week and you don't have 10 people, don't start the class. Just call everybody and say, hey, we're pushing it back a couple of weeks. If you're struggling in this way and you need support, call me, call Carson, post on Facebook. People go through this process and there's some of it's going to be difficult. We want to make sure that we overcome those obstacles because these are the same obstacles that you're going to have when you start teaching in a job, and we want to make sure that you're successful. We're going to overcome these now together as a team and make sure that you're the best teacher that you can be. If you need anything, we're always here for you. And if you have any other questions about this process, please reach out and let us know. Have a great day.